I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The Mark Nelson and Richie Joplin have the front row. Kyle Holden, Troy Downing on the second row. AJ Godsey and Jeff Hinkle on the third row. Kevin Reed, Austin Habel on the fourth. Gerald Thanos Poole and Michael Dow round out your top 10. Ray Hillhouse starting in 11 next to Gourmets in 12th. Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel back in the car in 13th. Brandon Springer in 14th. J.R. Tanksley in 15th. Richie West starting in 16th. Eric Stoy 17th. Aaron Mason in 18th. Mike Smith in 19th. And Rick Sargent rounds out the top 20. DJ the Iceman Kenner, Albie Hewins 21st and 22nd. Mark the Man Dantuma and Jared Easley 23rd and 24th. Donald Durant rounds out the 25 car field here for the season opener at Daytona. "25 cars line up on the grid. New season and a lot of new possibilities coming into tonight. Looks like everybody has made it to the grid. The pace car firing up. Pace car and the field begins rolling. Everybody rolls off pit road to begin stacking up. "25 drivers begin the season. One driver will end as a champion. AJ Godsey, multiple championships in this league. The winningest driver in BRR history. Will anybody be able to beat him? And of course, at a plate race, keep an eye on Nicole. That's what she said, Creasel. She has had multiple podium finishes, including a bunch of second place finishes in BRR at plate tracks, but has never visited Victory Lane. Could tonight finally be the night? Long overdue for some of these drivers to get into Victory Lane. Pace car is in. They will go on the green.
Here we go. Green flag. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
They are down and away at Daytona. The season opener, and the top three have cleared traffic. AJ Godsey quickly moving up a couple of spots into third. Remember, it takes a bit for these cars to get all the way up to speed. A lap to a lap and a half. As we've got one car down on the inside dropping to the tail end. Some of these drivers will drop off the back here in the early going in case of the big one. When you're at Daytona and Talladega, it's not if, it's when and how bad Mark Nelson leads the first lap of the season. Most of the top 10 single file already. Jeff Hinkle looking up on the high side. Rick Surgeon has had a problem here in the early going. No caution yet. Not the way you want to start your season at Daytona. And Navy Joe Coffee cheering on Gerald Thanos Poole. Gerald, another one who knows how to get it done at plate races. Let's take a look and see what happened to Rick in the early laps. Oh, looks like Rick is having some connection problems. Teammates side by side. Jeff Hinkle starting to move forward just a little bit. Richie West back behind. David Garman right above. Several teammates you see there in team paints. Now the outside line is starting to come alive. Right now it is not the fastest place to be, but as they lay down the rubber up there, that outside line will just get faster and faster. Mark Nelson up front, continuing to lead. Kyle Holden in second. AJ Godsey in third. Ray Hillhouse has started moving quite a bit here in the early going. The number 2 already up 4 spots into 7th place up on the high side. Staying right behind Jeff Hinkle and Kevin Reed. Whoa, mid-pack. A lot of swerving. A lot of the drivers were talking about how turbulent the air is out here tonight, and staying out of trouble would be key. Nicole Creasel sitting right behind J.R. Tanksley on that bottom line. Keep an eye on her as the night goes on. Everybody's showing a bit of patience here in the early going. We have seen a few drivers make some attacks here early on. Kevin Reed continuing to work that high line as Richie Joplin comes by on the bottom. Troy Downing currently holding on in 5th place as the top 5, top 6 now get single file. Hillhouse now up 5 spots into 6th. An outside line is really not gaining the momentum they expected to. Kevin Reed has dropped back down into 7th on the bottom. Hillhouse now moving up the track. Jeff Hinkle caught the back bumper of Ray Hillhouse on the high side, trying to see if they can get that outside line moving. Now they will have a competition caution at lap 38. The question is, will they have enough fuel to make it to lap 38? Most of the drivers said 34 to 36 laps. Highly probable that some, if not the majority, if they stay in the draft and drive a little bit conservatively, could make it to the comp caution on fuel, especially the back half of the lead pack. Hey, good evening, Russell Worth. Russell cheered on Richie Joplin. Richie currently in 4th place. Worth noting, as we always do whenever Richie is racing at a super speedway, and I'm sure Russell Worth will remember this, Richie's first Nowski win came at Talladega in the trucks. He crossed the finish line backwards. He had been running up front all night and battling for the lead. He ended up going around, but managed to hold on to it in reverse and take the win. Everybody stacked up, nose to tail, all the way around the track. And since we know it is likely some of these guys will need a pit stop, let's have a little bit of fun here in the early going, folks. I'm going to stop talking for a minute. Y'all crank it up. Hear all that horsepower. A lot of fast race cars going around the track, and it sounds and looks awesome. Watching the speeds. In about 5th place, Troy Downing. Everybody in 5th gear, 197 miles an hour into turn 3. Most of the turn, they're staying above 190. 195 at the start-finish line, headed towards turn 1, 196. Through 1 and 2 again, staying above 190. Then back down the back straightaway, all the speed they can get. 197, 199. Then off into turn 3. Mark Nelson continues to lead for the moment, has led every lap so far. Hey, good evening, Kyle. Doing great. How are you guys? Mark Nelson, Kyle Holden, AJ Godsey still the top three. Troy Downing in fourth, Richie Joplin in fifth, but Kevin Reed on the bottom may come by to take fifth. And several cars off the back at the moment. DJ Kenner, Albie Hewins back behind. Donald Durant's Austin Habel back behind. Then a small four-car group led by Aaron Mason, Rick Sargent, Mark Dantuma, and Jared Heasley toward the back. Everybody in these three groups just trying to keep their cars out of trouble. The outside line, led by Richie Joplin, is starting to make some headway. Richie side by side with Mark Nelson at the line. Mark leads it at the line, but will he be able to next time as Richie goes to the lead? Richie drops down to the bottom line. The start of a season, you gotta try and get a lap led at every race to get the bonus points. Kyle, I have a feeling we are going to see a lot of great green flag racing this season. Richie Joplin led that time by, picking up some bonus points. Now, those points aren't a big deal at the first race of the season, but could that be a deciding factor going into the playoffs? The lead pack currently about 17 cars deep. AJ Godsey jumped up to the high line in front of Ray Hillhouse. Kyle Holden now jumps up to the outside line. AJ has several of his teammates back behind Ray Hillhouse. Looked like they were working to try and get together. Now they are all hooked up, pushing toward the front. And Kyle Holden has the lead, staying up on the high side to pull some drivers with him. Down the back straightaway into turn 3, the outside line at the moment has the advantage. Back through the tri-oval, and Holden will lead for the first time tonight. And it looks like that outside line has pulled about 6 cars straight ahead. The outside line is pulling away from the inside line. Now Richie Joplin, who leads the inside line, is back in 8th. Oh, the 06 of David Garman looked like he may have kissed the wall. Not by much, did not lose any momentum. Daytona is not a physically demanding track, but it is quite a mentally exhausting track. It's like playing chess at 200 miles an hour. Riding along with J.R. Tanksley down the back straightaway, and you see the side-by-side inches apart, nose to tail all the way around the track. And it is so easy to get a big run like JR started to get. It is easy to get that big run and end up right in somebody's bumper. You're constantly feathering the throttle. Just waiting and hoping you have the run when the opening appears. The inside line starting to pull back up just a little bit, led by Richie Joplin and Mark Nelson. So far, this race has been and stayed clean. But after that competition caution is likely when we'll see things crank up a lot. A lot of these drivers further back in these groups toward the back. Aaron Mason, Dan Tuma, Jared Easley, Rick Sargent. These are the guys that are going to be back in that pack. We've seen all of these guys be top contenders, including Easley having a few super speedway wins. AJ Godsey now sits in second, but he has his teammates directly behind. Jeff Finkel, Brandon Springer, Richie West, all right there. Starting to move up toward the front now, Mike Smith, as some of the cars that dropped off are about to be with the leaders. Donald Durant, Austin Habel about to be overtaken by the lead pack. This could get dicey. Hopefully they'll be able to clear him down the back straightaway. Durant drops down to the apron. Habel is going to try and work his way into line. Got a car. Whoa! J.R. Tanksley kissing the wall through 3 and 4. Everybody makes it by clean. JR managed to get down out of the wall, and it looks like he will be able to maintain the draft. Still within draft range of Nicole Kriesel at the moment. Kevin Reed had dropped to the tail end of the lead pack, but has now shot his way back up into 9th. Kyle Holden continues to lead 10 laps. Caution! I think I may have miswrote. The caution is 38 when it was actually 28. My mistake. So the caution is out on lap number 28. So far, no problems on track. Austin Abel should get waved around back to the lead lap. Plus, we'll see these groups toward the back pull back up into the fight. Should see Jared Easley back up into the fight as Kyle Holden pulls up. We'll be talking to one of the drivers here in just a moment after they complete pit stops. And we talked to AJ Godsey before the race, who started BRR all those years ago. We also talked to Mark Dantuma, the new leader of BRR, at the having taken over at the end of last season. So it only seems fitting we talked to Jared Easley after pit stops. And it sounds like some drivers are going to do fuel only. That is a gutsy choice. This is the one stop that I would take at least right side tires, but these new Gen 7 cars, they just handle, and the tire wear is so different than the older car. Mark Nelson taking right sides. Mark Nelson taking all four. Kyle Holden off pit road. Right sides only. AJ 4 tires. Hinkle 4 tires. All right, let's see if we can get a word with our previous fearless leader, Jared Easley. Jared, it's Doug. You got me?
What up, Doug?
Hey, first off, great to see you back out on track, especially in the MS car.
Yeah, it's I plan to be back a lot this season, a lot more than the last season, so it should be fun, hopefully. As long as it's fun, I'm here.
Well, it has to be a lot more fun now that you don't have to worry about all the administrative duties and just come race.
Yeah, just get in the car and drive a little bit easier. I mean, I'm still helping a little bit with what I can, but, busy right now with different things. But Mark's done a great job, and these guys, this is still the best league out there. So, just here to have some fun and be back on HTSI a little bit.
Well, we do know you know how to get it done at the super speedways. Will you go full Ricky Bobby before the night's out?
We let it go the first run, lost the draft, and just kind of hung out. But we're back in it now.
Well, man, best of luck. Always great seeing you out there, buddy.
Good to talk to you, Doug.
So great news, hearing Jared Easley will be back on track a lot more this season. As we get the 1 to green and get ready to restart here at Daytona. All the drivers do have a full tank of fuel. That does mean from here, they will only need 1 stop for fuel. Big winners on that pit stop. Brandon Springer up 11 spots into 3rd. Richie West up 11 spots into 5th. Eric Stoy now up into 8th. Austin Habel also did get waved back to the lead lap. Donald Durant's the only car not on the lead lap now. Kyle Holden will control the restart with AJ Godsey on the high side. Just over 50 laps to go here at Daytona. And we have yet to see the big one. Here we go into the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. They are back underway at Daytona. Down the back straightaway, that high line starting to move already. They still are coming up to speed. Three team cars lead the outside line. Kyle Holden leading the bottom line, and here they come. Who's it going to be at the start-finish line? AJ Godsey, the defending champ, leads his first lap of the night. Everybody staying side by side for the moment. Heasley already up 9 spots, and holy cow, they're trying to get 3 wide up at the front. Things got a little spicy coming out of turn 2, or out of 4, excuse me. And Jeff Hinkle now has the lead. Looks like AJ dropped back and was letting his teammate get out front. They are working on that championship strategy, getting the bonus points whenever possible. Kyle Holden pulls that inside line out ahead for the moment. Eric Stoy, Kevin Reed, Troy Downing. One car coming up from the bottom line to get hooked up. Looks like Michael down. Now Gerald Poole jumps to the high line. Thanos on the move. Troy Downing peeked out like he was going to try and jump to the high line. Gerald got just far enough alongside that did not give him the room to come up. Will Kevin Reed come to the high line? He is looking out. now definitely peeking to the highline, gets out in front of Gerald Poole, trying to pull that outside line back to the lead. Some cars getting really squirrely back there mid-pack. But two drivers on the move now. Nicole Kriesel, Jared Heasley, both now into the top 10. Kyle Holden and Eric Stoy out front for the moment. Troy Downing on... Oh! We've got a car hard into the wall. Caution is out. Brandon Springer involved. Our first caution of the night, lap 38. Out, Springer was already in the wall. Back up just a little bit more. Oh! Look like a lot of bad bumping. Jared Heasley involved in that one as well. It looked like Jared may have gotten a bump from behind that sent him up the track into Springer, and Jared gets a little bit of the wall himself. A great job by all the drivers around avoiding that one. The drivers are not within range to go the distance on fuel, but we may see some come in and top off. And there we go. Eric Stoy, Michael Dow, Jeff Hinkle, AJ Godsey, Rick nope, Rick's not coming in. DJ Kenner, David Gorman, Jared Heasley, Mark Dantuma, Mike Smith, Richie West, Ray Hillhouse, Aaron Mason, Albie Hewins, Brandon Springer, all on pit road. One driver that stayed out this time, Nicole, that's what she said, Kriesel, currently in 7th place. Hey, Nicole, it's Doug. You got me?
Yep, Doug, gotcha.
Hey, a great run so far. It is always good to see you in the car at Daytona.
Thanks, Doug.
How are you feeling about your chances? I know you've got a ton of podiums at these plate tracks and BRR races, but no wins yet. Is tonight the night?
I'm going to try really hard, but I don't know. I'm so nervous right now because I haven't really practiced in any of these cars for a while.
Well, that may give you a bit of an advantage. You never know, but man, you're making all the right moves and working your way forward so far. Great job, Nicole.
All right, thank you, Doug.
Nicole currently scored in 7th, up 6 spots. J.R. Tanksley up 7 spots into 8th. Rick Surgeon up 11 spots into 9th. Austin Habel in 10th. Mark Dantuma is coming back down pit road. Could be topping off again, or it is a Ford. You know, anything's possible. Now it looks like he topped off on fuel, and they are away as they stack back up for the restart. Kyle Holden and Troy Downing on the front row. Kevin Reed, Richie Joplin on the second. Gerald Poole, Michael Dow on the third. Nicole Kriesel, J.R. Tanksley, Austin Habel, and Rick Sargent round out your top 10. And it's always fun on these restarts to get a little bit loud. So when the green flag drops, I will stop talking. You guys crank up the volume. Listen to those ponies run. Kyle Holden will be in control of the restart. Here we go, folks. Pace car is in. They're in the zone. Crank it up, everybody. Is a lot of horsepower here at Daytona. Troy Downing leads for the first time here tonight, taking the lead from Kyle Holden. Kevin Reed still holding on to third. Michael Dow in fourth. Gerald Poole now into the top five. J.R. Tanksley right behind him in sixth. Austin Habel in seventh. Nicole now in eighth. Mike Smith has made his way up to ninth. And Richie Joplin in 10th. Troy Downing shot to the high side. He has led a lap, picked up the bonus points, and is now dropping back. Oh, close call. He tried to get in right in front of Gerald. That stacked that inside lineup. Austin Habel shot to the high side. A lot of cars coming with him. A very close call. Michael down now to third. Kevin Reed in second. Kyle Holden has reclaimed the lead. Richie Joplin and Mark Nelson with some help from Ray Hillhouse on the high line, starting to make some moves. Just under 40 laps to go. They do have to make another pit stop. And they are actually within range. Most of them could go the distance from here on fuel. Jared Heasley alone on the high side, starting to make some ground. Mark Dantuma closing in. When it comes to these cars, though, Jared Heasley, likely one of the best at this car, has had a really good feel for it since the day it came out. And watch as the season goes on, because Jared will be in the points battle. And Kevin Reed leads for the first time tonight. Kevin Reed, despite being one of the OG members of BRR, will have been here since the beginning, will have been here 4 years in July. Kevin is one of the few that has not had a win in BRR competition. Looking back, it just seems like he has always been in contention, is always into the championship hunt, is one of the best drivers out there. Fully expect to see Kevin Reed in victory lane this season, as it looks like Michael Dowell moved up to the high line. He's got some help coming from Mark Nelson. Mid-pack, they are starting to get a little wild. Mark Dantuma now up 13 spots into the top 10. We saw Dantuma all last season do that from the back challenge. Ended up starting tail end of the field in every single race, passed over 250 cars, and had a couple of wins. Started from the back tonight, and look at him now. Michael Dowell goes to the lead for the first time. We saw him making moves a moment ago. He has Kevin Reed on his bumper. Kevin, one of the best at pushing at a plate track. Kevin jumps to the high side. Now the Mark Nelson goes to the back bumper, pushes him on the high line down the back straightaway. Jared Heasley now up 18 spots into 6th. The MS car on its way to the front. Could the MS Society car return to victory lane tonight? Heasley now up to fourth, followed Mark Dantuma. Dantuma now up 20 spots into third. Heasley up 20 spots into fourth, but Kevin Reed is out front. Now everybody is within their fuel window here at Daytona. Once pit stops start, it will break up this pack. Nicole Kriesel back into the top 10 on the high side. Keep an eye on her as she starts moving forward again. The inside line just does not seem to have all the momentum, but look at this. A lap down at the comp caution. Donald Durant's now back into the top 5. Donald Durant's got the wave around on the comp caution. A small group off the back at the moment. Likely playing it safe. DJ Kenner, Richie West, David Gorman, Albie Hewins. Austin Abel had also been a lap down earlier, got waved back around. And here we go, the first round of green flag stops, and it is the team cars. Mike Smith, Eric Stoy, AJ Gotze, Jeff Hinkle, Richie West, David Gorman are in. That team all working together, all hits pit road together. Donald Durant is dropping back, preparing to go to pit road. Durant looks like he is coming in alone this time. Austin Habel is coming in. Durant did not come in, but he lost the draft. Now Jared Heasley leading the bottom line, trying to make it forward. Dantuma drops to the bottom. Now Mark Nelson and Kevin Reed drop to the bottom. Ray Hillhouse now leads the outside line. Here we go, another round of, oh, holy cow! Pit stops were underway. Chaos broke out on the front stretch, and caution! Caution is out for the second time. Lap 57. And it looked like that may have been the big one. Kevin Reed gets involved. Rick Sargent, Michael Dow. Oh, look like Kevin Reed and Mark Nelson got together. Everybody checked up behind. Gerald Poole came through the grass unscathed. It looks like minimal damage. Watch Kevin Reed on the... Oh! Looks like there may have been some net code. Mark Nelson comes down. Meets Kevin Reed in the middle. Nicole Creasel caught a piece of it too. Everybody made it back to pit road. Michael Dow, heavy damage to the front. He'll have to use his repair here. Jared Heasley did a splash and go stop and is in the lead. Mark Dantuma coming home in second. Kyle Holden third. Mike Smith fourth. AJ Godsey in fifth. That group of team drivers came in together a lap before that, or 2 laps before rather, that chaos. It really paid off for them. Looks like just about everybody went to pit road. Mark Nelson on his way back out. Michael Dow still sits on pit road. He apparently did not use the fast repair and is stuck. Kevin Reed came back out in 21st. Big winners here, guys like Aaron Mason, who has made his way now up to 12th. David Garman now back into the top 10. DJ Kenner up 8 spots into 13th. They stack back up for the restart. Jared Easley, Mark Dantuma on the front row. Kyle Holden, Mike Smith on the second. AJ Godsey, Eric Stoy on the third. Austin Abel, Jeff Finkel on the fourth. Richie West and David Garman round out your top 10. They'll have about 24 laps to go when the green drops. It's going to heat up a little bit here. But at about 10 to go, things are going to get really hot. Jared Heasley will have control of the restart. However, unlike other tracks, you do not want to get very far ahead here in Daytona or Talladega. You will just be shot by. You've got to time it right to keep the car out front, but not put a gap between the car behind. Here we go. Barney waves the green there. Back underway. Aaron Mason has come back to pit road. Kyle Holden gives Heasley a big push into turn one. AJ Gotze now in third. Austin Habel in fourth. Aaron Mason is back off of pit road, an unexpected stop. It's getting a little squirrely. We've got another car heading to pit road. J.R. Tanksley and David Gorman are both off pit road. There's Gorman heading in, Tanksley just behind. Both drivers likely to lose a lap. They have got to hope for a caution here. The outside line starting to move again, led by AJ Gotze. Oh, Jarrett slides up right in front of AJ. 3 wide for third place. Richie West on the move. There are some gutsy moves going on already. 22 to go. They're already fighting like it's the last 5. Aaron Mason had a black flag. He had to serve. Apparently, it looks like maybe Garmin and JR did as well. Mark Dantuma now in second. Jared Heasley trying to control both lines. Several cars now coming off pit road may have a little bit of a buffer. Richie West, though, leading the inside line. Has his teammate AJ Gotze given the push. And Richie West is going to the lead for the first time. "20 laps to go. Richie leads for the first time tonight. Anybody in this lead pack could still pull off the win. A 14-car lead group. Nicole Kriesel still in it. Gerald Poole toward the back as well. Biding their time until it's time to do what needs to be done. The inside line now appears to have some more momentum. Teammates together definitely helping. Ray Hillhouse has been lurking up here in the top 10 all night as well. But now the Iceman Comet, DJ Kenner, is up here. DJ currently up 14 spots into 7th place. Aaron Mason at the tail end of the lead lap, and the leaders are coming. He is gonna hope a caution breaks out. Kevin Reed is leading the second pack, single file, 1.9 seconds behind the leaders. They are single file and closing the gap. Brandon Springer still in that lead pack. Kevin Reed and crew have gained a quarter of a second on the leaders as Richie West leads them around. Aaron Mason directly ahead. Aaron stays low. The rest of the... Oh, here we go! Big wreck in 1 and 2. Caution is back out. Ray Hillhouse involved. Eric Stoy involved. Looks like one car gets into the wall, comes down, collects Jared Heasley, and then comes back up. Austin Habel bounced off the wall, comes up, collects Dan Tuma, Hillhouse, and several others. Nicole Kriesel right behind it. On the brakes and scoots on through. Does not look like she got any damage. A lot of cars back on pit road, including Kevin Reed, Mike Smith, Albie Ewens, Eric Stoy, Heasley, Hillhouse. Aaron Mason gets waved back to the lead lap. Ray Hillhouse and Jared Easley both had to tow into pit road. Their race may be over. Meanwhile, two drivers who skated through that, Gerald Poole and Nicole Kriesel, now 5th and 6th. The Iceman also surviving, now in 4th. Still a lot of fast cars mixed up and ready to go. Richie West in the lead, AJ in second, Kyle Holden in third, DJ Kenner in fourth, Gerald Thanos Poole in fifth. Nicole Kriesel, Jeff Hinkle, Brandon Springer, Richie Joplin, and Donald Durant round out your top 10. Mark Dantuma is fixed and back out on track. Kevin Reed has heavy damage, but still out on track. Austin Habel's car is repaired and back out as well. Eric Stoy also got caught up. His car is fixed and out. As the lights go out on the pace car, we get ready to go back to green. With just over 10 laps to go, looks like about 13 to go at the green. Things are really about to heat up. Richie West choosing the highline for the restart. That is unexpected. Don't forget this race, along with all the BRR previous seasons we have broadcast, are all on our YouTube channel, and a lot of great entertaining shorts from both racing and trucking. The Unicorn definitely does some greatly entertaining stuff. Here they come out of turn 4. Barney the Flagman ready to go. Into the restart zone they go, and green is back in the air. "13 laps to go." Teammates Richie West, AJ Gotzi side by side. Richie clears, drops to the bottom. DJ leads the outside line. But Kyle Holden hops up to the outside line. Richie West back out front. Holden on the outside trying to come back past the leader, Richie West. Everybody holding on for the moment. Expect in the next few laps things to heat up. We'll see some 3 wide. Who is going to be the first to make the choice to go 3 wide and try and make something happen here? Everybody still side by side in the lead pack. Mark Nelson starting to make some moves forward. Currently in 14th. The damaged cars back behind. Aaron Mason, David Gorman, Kevin Reed just trying to finish the race and get some early season points. Oh, Holy cow, Albie Ewens has a problem, and the tri-oval caution is out. Mark Nelson, David Gorman, Rick Sargent, all involved, caution. Albie in the 55 Superman. Oh, somebody moves to the inside on Albie. Rick Sargent gets caught up in this as well. It was Eric Stoy came down. Mark Nelson gets caught up in this one. Albie Ewens, Austin Abel, all involved. Some of these drivers have used their repair already. Richie West still has the lead for the moment. Kyle Holden in second, AJ in third, DJ Kenner in fourth, Gerald Poole in fifth, Nicole Kriesel in sixth, Jeff Hinkle seventh, Springer in eighth, Richie Joplin in ninth, and Donald Durant's in 10th. We will restart with either 7 to go or 6 to go, and things will definitely heat up then. Ray Illhouse getting a lap back here. That'll still leave him, I believe, 1 lap down. Albie Ewens is on pit road. See if we can get a word with our leader. Hey, Richie, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, brother.
Hey, you're out front. You got some friends around. How you feeling about your chances?
I'm feeling real good right now. I'll let you know how I feel here in another, I don't know, eight or nine laps, whatever we got here.
It's definitely about to get a lot wilder out there. Things were already starting to heat up, but a caution with less than 10 to go definitely makes things interesting.
What's the new age word here? Spicy. It's gonna get spicy.
Yes, it is. Well, hopefully you got some hot sauce on you, because I think you're gonna need it, buddy.
Oh, I got the sauce, baby, and it is hot.
Well, good luck, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Richie West ready to go and get spicy. He's got AJ right behind to give him a hand. Kyle Holden leading the outside line as the Iceman, and Nicole back there. Several fast cars still back in the field. Hey, good evening, Stephen Gibson cheering on Kyle Holden, and Tanya saying spicy. Tanya, tell us, is Richie really that spicy? Here we go. Pace car about to drop back in as they come out of turn 4. Once again, late in a plate race, Gerald Poole, Nicole Kriesel up toward the front. Pace car is in. Richie West in control. Green flag is back in the air. Richie sends it. AJ's got to run and is going to come to his bumper. And the front 4 get a better restart than anybody else. Gerald Poole, Nicole Kriesel, Jeff Finkel, Brandon Springer have to get single file. Holden and West side by side. Holden has a nose ahead into turn 3. AJ giving a huge push. Kyle Holden has the lead at the line. The Iceman pushes him by. Those two drop down to the bottom, Holden and DJ. And look at this, Richie and AJ quickly go to the top. Now they have help. Jeff Finkel closing in. Holden moves to the high side. DJ gets a push from Gerald Poole. Gerald and DJ have raced together for many years, know how to work together, and they've got Nicole. Holden leads at 5 to go. But can he defend that position for 5 more laps? Richie Joplin drops down to the bottom line. That'll give DJ the Iceman Kenner and Gerald Poole a little bit of help. Will it be enough to pull back to the front? Richie West dives it to the bottom. AJ tries to come, but look at this. Richie Joplin is pulling the bottom line forward. Richie Joplin right on Richie West's bumper. Kyle Holden still has the lead on the high side. But the bottom line is coming alive. 4 to go. It is still anybody's race. A chess game at 195 miles an hour. Oh, we've got a wreck behind. Will it bring the caution? Yes. Caution is out. We will get a green-white checkered. David Gorman involved in that one. Austin Habel, Kevin Reed. Garmin moved up the track, and this looks like another second incident. Watching Austin Hable, I believe he was mixed up in it. Oh, Hable and Surgeon both get into the wall. Hable comes down, gets Mason, gets Albie, gets Kevin. They stack up into turn 4. Wow. Yeah, that pretty much describes it. So Kyle Holden has the lead, but has a really big disadvantage. Check out the paint schemes on the cars behind him. AJ Gotze, Jeff Finkel, Brandon Springer, Richie West, and Mike Smith, all running identical team paint schemes as they all work together for that Team Watson racing team. Richie Joplin in 7th, DJ Kenner in 8th, Eric Stoy in 9th, Gerald Poole in 10th, Durant in 11th, Nicole Kriesel in 12th, Rick Sargent in 13th, Troy Downing in 14th, Dan Tuma in 15th, Albie Hewins in 16th, Mark Nelson in 17th, Aaron Mason in 18th, and I believe all of these cars are at full speed. Looks like everybody is repaired and ready to go. But they have got to come through that team, and Kyle Holden has to try and hold them off. Kyle Holden will control the restart, but if he gets too big of a jump, that group of cars behind him will go flying by. Same situation if he takes off too late. That group of cars will just monster by him. Kyle Holden is going to have to time this restart perfectly. And have to figure out a way to make that car as wide as the track. I would not want to be in Kyle Holden's position right now. Lights are out as they get ready for the green-white checkered. They have 2 laps to settle this race. The cars will not be at 100% until the first lap is completed at least. Who is it gonna be tonight? It has definitely been a great way to open the season at Daytona. $18 cars in the lead pack, ready to go at it. Pace car is in. They are in the zone. Green flag is in the air. 2 to go at the line. Kyle clears the outside line as they head off toward turn 1. Bottom line starting to move. Does Hinkle move up? Yes, he does. Hinkle goes up to join the team. Holden goes up. Richie West on the bottom with the push from Richie Joplin. Now the bottom, Holden can't hold him. Jeff Hinkle to the lead. Holden tries to fight back up top. Out of turn 4 towards the start-finish line. White flag is in the air one more time around Daytona. Holden out front on the high side. The bottom line doesn't have the momentum. AJ Gotze sitting right on his bumper. Several teammates on the bottom line. When does he make a move? Now AJ drops to the bottom. Holden has no help. Brandon Springer right behind. 3 wide toward the finish line. They wreck behind. And at the line, Mike Smith pulls it off. Mike Smith with a power move on the high side. Out of 4 gets the win. AJ Gotze comes home in 2nd and Brandon Springer finishes 3rd. Kyle Holden coming home in 4th. The Iceman comes home in 5th. Wow, what a finish. Well, we were going to talk to our top 3, but Brandon Springer is not currently available. So we'll start with 2nd place, AJ. We'll start with 2nd place, AJ Gotze. AJ, you come home 2nd tonight. A great start to the season, but man, what a finish. It looked like going into 3, you were going to take it.
Yeah, you never know with these things. I was just waiting for the right time to make my move. I think I might have went just a little too soon, gave that outside time to get another run, but it was still fun. That was definitely a fun race.
It definitely was. You had a lot of help up there, too. A lot of teamwork going on to help get you there.
Yeah, we all worked together pretty well at this track, and yeah, it's good group effort, fun.
Well, man, great job. Great to see you back on the podium to start the season.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Doug.
AJ Gotze comes home in 2nd. And finally, our winner. It has been a while. Mike,
DJ was pushing me.
Mike, you're finally back in victory lane. It has been a good long while, buddy.
It has been way too long, Mr. It has been way too long, Mr. Burns. I'll tell you. Man, it felt good. I was sure that Kyle was going to go high and block my run, and he didn't. And when he stayed in the middle, and I just went slingshotted right around him, and DJ stayed on my bumper, and wow, yeah, I wasn't sure I was going to get it or not. I wasn't sure how big of a run AJ had on the bottom there. So, but yeah, that's fun. That was a good finish.
It was definitely an interesting move to the high side, but I think Holden was so busy watching AJ, he forgot you were coming, and just barely enough room to squeeze by up there.
Yeah, when I first moved, I was like, oh, he's going to leave me just enough room, and he did. And so, yeah, I think he was paying attention to the run that AJ had with Brandon pushing. He had, AJ had the train on the bottom, and so I didn't. I only had DJ behind me, and he stayed with me, thankfully. And so, yeah, it was a great run. It was a fun race. Got caught up in a wreck early on, and was able to get it fixed and get back in the running. So I found myself up front and was able to make the right move at the right time, I guess.
Well, man, it paid off. It was great to see you back in victory lane, buddy. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot, Doug. You have a good night.
You too. Mike Smith, it's been a good long while, but he is back in victory lane. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this as much as we did. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, Jones BS Racing is back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great night, everybody.